Folks, hello and welcome to the newest news update for Victoria 3. Today we're going to be talking about what Dawn of Wonder, the upcoming $4.99 DLC for Victoria 3, will actually be looking like, with a whole lot of pictures and GIFs, because, well, that is literally what it is. And let me just tell you right now that I am blown away. I actually didn't expect this. I mean, I don't review Wards and Wardens either for example, CK3. Not because I'm like, this is bad, I actually think it's quite decent, but most importantly, it's just too small of a DLC. But when it comes to eye candy DLC, not just to, for example, like in CK2, the actual portrait DLCs, but rather full-on eye candy DLC, I have to say, I think the artists here behind the Victoria 3 DLC are really nailing it. What I mean with this, of course, we're going to explore throughout the video. Just be aware that this is releasing on the 28th of August. That is the same day that the 1.5 open beta goes live, meaning that in that beta, you can actually be playing with the DLC on. I gotta tell you, that is exactly what I will be doing. Folks, I was just cutting this video and then news came in that there is actually a change of pace, and that is that the open beta isn't releasing on the 28th, but instead on the very first week of September, due to a bug that makes it so that, well, you can't really do that right now on the 28th. They are trying to fix that bug, and then hopefully in the first September week we shall indeed take a good look at the open beta. I am so giddy, and I gotta be honest with you, pretty frustrated obviously that this is now a delay, but it is what it is. That is how development works. Either way, just so you know, 1.4 comes out on the 28th, and then the 1.5 open beta starts at some point in the first week of September, at least hopefully, fingers crossed. One way or another, I'll leave you be. Let's take a look at Dawn of Wonder in this video going forward. Now, the biggest part of what is coming on Monday is actually this right here, the day and night cycle. You can already see it presented to us in its most beautiful fashion right here in this GIF. Now, what city we have right here, I'm not entirely certain, but I am at least somewhat certain that this is Paris, and that we are, without a doubt, looking at the Voice of the People French building models. And this right here is just a beautiful, beautiful first showcase of what the Dawn of Wonder features actually do. I love, by the way, in particular, how the lights don't turn on at the same time. Look at this right here, and then look at this building. It turns on very, very late. You see a couple of buildings turning on in the background as well. Of course, the carriage itself also actually turns on. Man, this is actually genuinely beautiful. I really, really like the work that they've done here, but obviously that isn't actually everything. The city lights have 3 different hues and strengths, depending on your research. So coal-powered or gas light will look different from electric light. I'm a huge fan of this. I really want to look at different parts of the world and get a slightly different impression. I want them to shine in different lights, and most importantly, I want to be able to, really take a good look around and see the differences, be it technologically, be it industrialized and non-industrialized, and so on. I'm really looking forward to this. This looks gorgeous, but obviously this is just the very first GIF. Check this out. Now right here we see the end of the night, and that means we see dawn, we see the morning, and you can see that this is equally as beautiful as the lights slowly but surely turn off, and indeed then we are in the mode that we currently know. Now the actual day and night simulation here is actually, interestingly enough, pretty complex, because it is an actual day. You're gonna see this in a second, but first of all, let's just admire the eye candy. This right here is Normandy. We got southern England in the north, and the lights just turn on. I absolutely love this. I can't see any ships here, but I assume that ships will also be turning on and off, right? Because the carriages do that, and I would at the very least expect... Oh, wait, let's take a look at this. I didn't see any lights here, but we do see some lights right here at the tower, so that is pretty neat. The Hagia Sophia, of course, also lit a flame at night. Yeah, I gotta tell you, when it comes to this DLC, I was thinking, hey, is this gonna be worth it? Ultimately, of course, the map is gorgeous, but if it is a Hearts of Iron 4 day and night cycle, then obviously it wouldn't be worth it. And then right here we have the Öresund, which is the strait between Sweden and Denmark. And yeah, that is just way too cute. I really gotta tell you, I think the artists keep nailing it. There is absolutely no doubt on my mind that the artists for Victoria 3 are absolute beasts. So, this is what it looks like, but how do you actually utilize this? Now, for this, they have a pretty complex system that is much more complex than anything Hoi 4 has done, and I think is best compared to Anno 1800. They said this in the past already as well. Anno 1800, if you haven't played it, makes it so that you can, for example, set it to be at a certain time. You can let it progress as you see fit. I do believe, although I haven't played Anno 1800 in a couple of months, that you can also actually change the visual settings, or rather the timing settings of this entire thing, and that is something that you can also do right here. First of all, we got the simulation speed. Controls the speed of the day-night cycle and sun-moon movement. By default, this multiplier is set to 10, which corresponds to 1 minute and 30 seconds in real time, or 2 months of in-game time at speed 3. The bigger the number, the faster the simulation speed. Then we also have the sun hours, the amount of hours that the sun takes up in one 24-hour cycle of in-game time, with the remaining hours being night, effectively how long it will be day relative to night. For example, if the sun hours are set to 23, then you will have 23 hours of daylight and only 1 hour of nighttime, kind of like the Swedish summer. Then right here we could also sync it up to our local time, matches the current hour of the cycle to the computer's local time. If you use this and match the real-time sun hours and sunrise time, see the next setting in your location, you can look up from your computer screen and outside the window to experience 100% immersion. So if you start, much like a very healthy grand strategy player, to play at let's say 2 AM, you can see the sunrise right in front of your eyes without again even needing to look outside. Very, very cool indeed. Then also we have the general time of sunrise, what hour the night will end and the sun will start to rise, and then we got enable manual time. This lets you set a fixed time to experience perpetual day or night. Manual time hours lets you choose the time you want, but take note that this is affected by both the sun hours and the time of sunrise settings. So again, the day and night cycle is a major feature, if not the major feature of Dawn of Wonders. The light settings, of course, of the buildings and of everything else going on the map is influenced by a technology, and then of course by this particular setting right here. I'm a big fan of what they've done here. I think it is very, very complex, and I definitely have played Anno 1800 with just one locked-in time and, well, sun setting. I've played it with a rotation, you know, the actual cycle and that stuff, and being able to configure all of this, and if necessary, to even sync it up to a local time, I think is really, really cool. This is the best way, I think, to implement a day and night sun cycle if you're ever going to do that in a grand strategy game. Now, of course, that is the major feature, but you can see there is still quite a bit left in this dev diary, and that is exactly what we shall be exploring right now. They added more light effects and a new carriage type. To further accentuate objects and vehicles on the map, we have made sure to add lights to all of them. So now everything from lighthouses to horse carriages has a light attached to them. Speaking of carriages, in order to provide more visual variety to the roads of the map, we have created a now more colorful stagecoach that contrasts the default very functional looking one. Here we obviously, in the Öresund, have the actual lighthouse, and then beautiful, beautiful locomotives. It's just so cute, man. And then this right here, I assume, is the new carriage. Oh, let's take a look at this. We see the moon, the sun, the stars. Yeah, that is a cute carriage there for sure. Man, I gotta tell you, I really, really love everything that they have done when it comes to the nightlight. I'm gonna record so much B-roll footage for this, you bet, okay? I'm gonna be utilizing this. This is a godsend, I think, for YouTubers that record B-roll footage of the game so that they can talk over it. Anyway, this right here is also an additional feature, that is that you get map decoration structures. You see right here the Martan Sun Temple after its near destruction around the 14th century. Now, these buildings don't give any bonuses, they're not monuments the same way, for example, the Vatican is, but they are there so that you got something to look at. Right here we have the Temple of Poseidon. It is a mighty view both at dawn and when the moon is full. Yeah, look at that. That is, I like that. The richer the map is, the happier will I be. I think Victoria 3, without a doubt, has the most beautiful, most alive map, I should say. Obviously, Imperator Rome is a gorgeous, just geographically speaking map, but Victoria 3 doubtlessly has the most alive and most dynamic map, and these buildings are definitely adding something there as well. This right here is the Greenwich Observatory. Look at that. That is a really cool looking building as well. Spoilers, we're also getting new clothes, but let's take a look first at Wat Arun. That is in Bangkok. Yeah, it's just magnificent. Absolutely beautiful. Hopefully no plane flies into it. That's why they have the lights up there. All right, just kidding. We are also getting a couple of new cultural outfits that are all geared around, well, light. You know, sun and moon, and of course night and day. For Hindu pops in India, there is a new outfit related to Diwali, a festival celebrating lights, victory over darkness. And for Russia, the Kokoshnik outfit not just symbolizes the passing of time and maturity, but also has a half-moon shaped tiara. It's beautiful. What do you want me to say? I am really hopeful that long-term Victoria 3 continues to refine its actual 3D models, because obviously when you play CK3, when you play with ethnicities and portraits expanded and so on, there is a difference. There is a very significant difference between these two games. Now, granted, in CK3 the character models are much more important, but when I take a look at, for example, these outfits here, these are gorgeous. And the more we improve on the character models and the outfits, I think the happier will we all be. But yeah, no, these are great outfits. Either way, we see the Indian and then the Russian one right over there. For the Nordic and Slavic countries, the midsummer dress makes an appearance celebrating the summer solstice, life and love. Last but not least, in the Pierrot costume that has many different cultural meanings, many of them having a character's relation with the moon in focus. I've never seen this. I have seen this. Everybody died. in that, except actually a couple of people survived in that movie. But yeah, beautiful dress. And then that is what I will dress my court jester in, okay? I believe this is like a French thing or something. Please educate me, okay? But you gotta admit, that looks like a fairy tale almost. Anyway, we are also getting a new UI skin. Now, I'm a bit surprised by this. I honestly wasn't fully aware. This new skin also emphasizes, of course, night and day and nature in general. When we take a look at this right here, you can see the clouds and then right here the sun. I assume this might be at dusk, so when the sun is setting. And then a different feature set of icons. I believe, yeah, these are suns and this is a moon, I believe, in the background of every window that you open. This is neat. Voice of the People already had its own thing. You can also see that the actual map that you can use here is also different. I was looking at this map, and what was missing for me actually were the rivers. So obviously this is not the same map as Voice of the People, but having played only with the Voice of the People map in recent months, I'm really missing the rivers here. They are such a strong accent on any given map, but nonetheless, obviously you can see right here what the features of this map are. You see a couple of natural features, you see a couple of buildings down here as well. And then we have a whole lot of stuff going on the actual side right here. Ooh, I need to see the ledger. Yeah, oh, do you see this ledger? What is this? Oh, it's because it's paused, right? That is a cool... Yeah, no, this is gorgeous. I really like this skin. Right here, we see the very same clouds as before. I don't think too much changed here outside, of course, the color scheme. But the color scheme does look really, really pretty. Then the budget right here. Let's see a taxation level. Listen, in the early game, you should be on very high taxes. I'm not sure that you actually want to be taxing these particular goods, but... you know, you can't correct everything. The existing icon interfaces look much more whimsical, surrounded by stars. You do have stars right there. And I still gotta say, I really love the way they did the hourglass right here. That is beautiful. Yeah, wow. Anyway, so we got all these changes, and you also are getting a new map table and new assets for that same map table. The jade sculpture from Hongshan is as ancient as it is mysterious. Even the warm flame of a candlelight cannot bring its secrets to light. Look at that. How cute is that? What is that book all about? Oh, is that a book actually about this statue? That's kind of cool. That is really... Oh, that is a beautiful candle as well. Jesus. That is a beautifully modeled candle right there. And I gotta be honest with you, I care the least about these solely because I don't look that often at this part of the map, of course, but just looking at this, right, we got, obviously we got some star signs right here, or star constellations, North Pacific Ocean, map of the world with a fella telling stories. That is quite beautiful. We got a fish right there. Right, and then we can see, yep, there are indeed more markers all over the map, be it nature, be it buildings. And then right here, even though it has stopped, a nice pocket watch is nice to have. And the Taino Sun God statue is both cute, yet somewhat ominous. What is that black smoke emanating from it sporadically? Damn, they do be cursing us. Yeah, this is gorgeous. Man, the Victoria 3 artist team is actually hammering it. They're completely nailing it. Let's take a look at this. We got a countryside right here, a cottage there, the sun rising, the moon on this side. Always interrupted by a couple of trees. I believe this looks like a castle almost. Man, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous map. Right, before we've seen this, I see this constellation. They do, most of the time, have a couple of Easter eggs in here. Yeah, as you can see, there is a whole lot going on. We got the Gemini, we got the twins there. Cool stuff. Right, now we come to officially actually to the point where we are supposed to admire the new paper map. We have already done that for the most part, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna play with this a whole bunch, I think. For me, right now, my current favorite definitely is Voice of the People, just because it feels so much stronger, so much more present because of the rivers, because of the very strong connection between the map and the actual natural features of wherever you are. Like, just seeing the rivers, the mountains, and of course the trees omnipresent on the map is very cool. I haven't played with a vanilla map in ages. In all seriousness, I actually have not. Whenever I see screenshots with it, even old screenshots, I think to myself, oh my god, that is what that looked like? Because it's always so weirdly bright. Now, they do, I believe, have some Easter eggs in here. I'm not sure who this resembles. Is this MKC, one of the devs? I'm not certain. I don't recognize any of these people, I'm afraid. But they're all crabs, and they're all gone. Map of the world, we've already seen this. Yep, it is pretty cute indeed. This right here has to be Michael Anderson, right? The glorious beard. coming out of the face there. Then we got the Gemini here. That could also be Michael Anderson. Alright, but listen, all of that aside, let's talk about the themes. We have theme selectors now, and I'm so happy about this. They talked about this when Voice of the People came out. They were saying, yep, we want to make it so that you in-game can choose what your active theme is rather than, you know, disabling a DLC. There's a cosmetic DLC for Voice of the People that you have to disable. Otherwise, you will always have the Voice of the People stuff on. That time is now over. To round things off, we want to showcase something new that we are adding to the game that comes as a free feature, the Theme Selector. This new submenu can be accessed from the main menu screen and allows you to more easily handle your cosmetic features like the ones contained in Dawn of Wonder. Mix elements from any of your own packs and base game. Use, for instance, the French UI skin, the default paper map, and the new table assets from Dawn of Wonder all together to find the custom combination that you prefer. I love this. I absolutely adore this. You can see right here, you can choose your user interface, your paper map, your tabletop, and then what objects are on the table itself. I'm a big fan. I think that is super, super cool. It's a great solution as well, and obviously it tells you what DLC are relevant for this. I assume that this can also be used for mods. We have a couple of color mods in the workshop that literally just make the UI, for example, green or purple or whatever. I think I'm going to play with a mix of Voice of the People and then Dawn of Wonder. I really like the user interface. Not sure about the paper map, not saying it looks bad, but I think Voice of the People is just really, really pretty. Well, anyway, you can do all of these settings as you like, and hey, that is definitely a really cool feature. So, in summary, with Dawn of Wonder, they hope that the players who enjoy immersing themselves in the world of Victoria find something that furthers their immersion, whether it be the new day and night cycle, the new UI skin, or any of the newly added assets to characters and map. Oh, last but not least is a new loading screen for the pack, capturing both the mysteries of the stars as well as some of the newly added things. The artists are killing it. What do you want me to say? That is gorgeous. That is absolutely beautiful. I actually haven't been playing Victoria 3 in the last week or so, solely because I am waiting for military formations, local prices, transport, and electricity being exclusively local goods, all that good stuff. At least that isn't all that far away. Max Art, thank you for this dev diary. It was beautiful. Let me know what you think about this in the comments, and I'll see you later, alligator.